Today I'm going to be sharing 3 ways to prevent negative people from affecting you right now. Hello, and thank you for taking a moment of your day to be with me today. My name is Dom, and I help people to step into their truth and power. In this video today, I am going to be sharing with you 3 powerful ways to prevent negative people from affecting you and bringing you down. So instead of living at the effect of everybody else's life, you can begin living at the effect of just your own life. Sometimes people will try to get us to come down to their frequency and their negative energy. They invite us to join them in their frustration, in their anger, and in their victimhood. And we often allow our energy to drop down to their frequency without even realizing that we're doing it. And so now we're feeling like they're feeling, and we're frustrated, we're angry, and we're in victimhood. So how do you make it so that negative people don't have that kind of effect on you? I get asked this a lot, and the first thing that I want to share with you is this. It's not what is happening around you, but how you react to what happens. How you react to what happens around you determines everything in your life. Because here's the thing, how we feel is what creates our life experience. So when we feel a certain way, we go out into the world and we'll always experience things that are equal to the energetic frequency that we are feeling and what we are putting out into the world. So if we go into the world feeling like a victim and disempowered, asking the question, why is this always happening to me? Other people are going to be able to then take advantage of us because they're playing off of your frequency of being a victim. And so what happens then? You step into another situation where you're giving your power away to another person and yet again being taken advantage of again. Whatever energetic frequency we're in, we're going to attract people of similar frequency and draw more people in to our experience, into our life with that similar frequency. And so if we're in victimhood or angry or upset or in worry, we're going to draw those people right into our experience. Sometimes we do this over and over again because somewhere unconsciously we may believe that this is all we deserve. Now the thing is, you deserve more than being in victimhood and allowing other people to take advantage of you. You deserve more than having other people bring you down all the time. But the first thing you have to do, and this is number 1, is to take 100% responsibility for your own state. You have to take responsibility, not for what other people are doing, but for how you are reacting to what they're doing, because you are giving your power away to them when you sink down to their level. You must realize that you have a choice. You don't have to react to every experience going on around you. You can choose not to react and not let it affect you. You can choose instead to respond instead of react. Respond in a more mindful and thoughtful way that will allow you to retain your power without falling into the negative frequency that the other person is in. This is what the word responsibility actually means. It means to have the ability to respond. So when we ask ourselves, why is it they are affecting me so negatively? What we're implying is that they are doing that to us. Now here's the thing, nobody is ever doing anything to you unless you allow them or give them permission to take you down into those negative feelings. Only you can allow or give that permission. So this means that if someone is trying to negatively affect you, the only way you'll experience that is if you allow yourself or agree to get into the ring with them in that emotion. So imagine this, it's like a person coming into your home wearing a cold, soaking wet coat, and they want to take the coat and force you to wear it. Would you ever just take a cold, soaking wet coat and put it on? Of course not. you would say no thank you, go hang up your wet coat and let it dry out. But energetically, this is exactly what we do. We just put on their wet coat. They have successfully unloaded their negative energy onto you, and you allowed it and you accepted it. And so if someone comes up to me and says, "Hey Dom, I hate your haircut. I think it looks stupid. It makes you look fat and old. And therefore I'm not watching your videos anymore." If they were to say that, I would look at it, but I wouldn't allow it to affect me, because I actually wouldn't agree to the premise that my haircut looks stupid and makes me look old and fat. So the idea here is that I don't have to internalize or put on the wet coat they're trying to pass off onto me. It doesn't even affect me because I don't even relate to it. Things like this only affect us when we allow ourselves to internalize it and react to it. And so the key here is the second thing, not to react, but instead respond. Sometimes our response is a simple thank you and just letting the wet coat fall on the floor. Sometimes our response is I respectfully disagree and that's okay. Sometimes our response is no response at all. We make like we didn't even hear it and just move on. But our response needs to be mindful and decisive and put forward in a way that doesn't lower our energetic frequency and is above the board and respectful to the other person, in spite of the fact them not necessarily being that to you. Now, if we were to get defensive, we would fall into reacting by default, and we would put on the wet coat and our energetic frequency would just naturally drop to their level. Now, the next way we can prevent negative people from affecting us is by letting go of the idea that other people are being negative. What I mean by this is when we're around other people, people are responding very often to the way we expect them to respond. So if you expect someone to show up in a negative way, it's likely that they're going to show up exactly that way. Energetically, they're linking up to the expectation you are holding for them. However, when you expect that they're going to respond in a more positive, thoughtful manner, they often will actually go the way that you expect. Now, I'm not suggesting that you expect someone will be positive or negative all the time. I'm just suggesting that you don't go into it thinking that they're going to be negative. That is all you need to do so that they don't have such an effect on you. So it's really about being aware of your own labels and expectations that you put on people. Because where our attention goes, energy flows. So if our attention is focused on people being negative in some way, you can surely bet that is what you're going to draw into your experience with them. Now, the last way you prevent negative people from affecting you is to stop trying to please everybody. Before we go off trying to fill other people's cups, we must make time every single day to fill up our own cups. This is where self-care really becomes vital in our ability to respond instead of react. Self-care involves anything that you need to do on a consistent basis that allows you to experience yourself at your best each day. For me, this includes getting enough rest each night, because I know I can't respond as well to things if I'm wearing my cranky pants and my patience is really low. It's just much more challenging for me to do. It's also about nourishing my body with good quality food the majority of the time, because when I don't eat good quality food, I feel more sluggish and tired. It's also about moving my body regularly, and for me that's working out 30 to 45 minutes a day, and I started running 3 to 4 days a week about a year ago. And it's also practicing daily meditation and prayer for at least 10 to 15 minutes a day. And lastly, it's about taking small breaks throughout my day and getting outside for just a few minutes of gratitude and sunshine to appreciate what I have in this life. Doing this keeps me grounded throughout my day. And at the same time, in trying to people please, sometimes I have to say no, especially on days where I'm not feeling well resourced to pour into other people's cups. And so as you go through this process of raising your energetic frequency and not allowing negative people to affect you, you'll discover you'll want to spend more time with people like you want to become, and spend less time with those people that are pulling you down. This is completely normal, and it's actually part of the process in becoming the person that you are divinely being led to become. The path to living this awakened life is narrow. It's not intended for everybody. It's only intended for those people who are ready to take full responsibility for how they are showing up in the world. So this part of the process may feel a little bit scary for you. We're talking about the idea of letting go of some people that you are currently in relationship with. But in trusting the process of letting go, you then leave room to allow better relationships to come into your life. Relationships with people who understand you and who are supportive of you being on the journey that you're on. And so if someone typically drains your energy and they're wanting to hang out, it's perfectly okay to say no. Because if you're going to have to sacrifice your state of being for the relationship, it's likely not a healthy relationship to stay in. Now you can, of course, try doing one of the first two suggestions to try and maintain your own state, but if people are continually going to try and pull you down, you're going to find that it's energetically exhausting, and you're likely going to want to create some separation from them for your own personal health and well-being. It just is not going to feel good to you. And you might be one of those people that might want to try and invite all of your friends, to try and bring all your friends together, to bring them all up to a higher energy and frequency. Understand that some people are just stuck and can't get out of their own way. And we can't be sacrificing ourselves in an attempt to save people who have no intention to want to change. So focus on you. You are worth it. And so I'm curious, what did I share today that was really most helpful to you? Share in the comments below, what did I share today that was most helpful to you? Because I want to be able to continue to support you and inspire you as you move forward in your journey. And if you're needing some additional support with this and would like to connect with me for a short one-on-one free call, click on the Speak with Dom link in the comments and description box below. It would be a real privilege to be able to speak with you personally about this. And I'm also going to be doing more videos like this, so be sure to hit that subscribe and bell so that you don't miss them. And then lastly, if you would like to pay it forward to another person, share this video online with your friends and family. So I would like to thank you for joining me today, and until I connect with you again for my next video, stay well, stay healthy, and stay empowered.